Now that we know how to set the font of our text, we're going to look at styling it in other ways. So this is making text bold, underlining it, making it italic, and a lot more. We did of course see how to do that in the HTML section, but I hope that you're reasonably convinced that it's best generally to keep styles separate from content. So rather than using strong, for example, to have some bold text, we're better off putting that information in our style sheet so that we can apply it to multiple styles and update it and manage our website much more easily. So let's start off indeed with some bold, and I'm going to get rid of this Google Fonts just to avoid any confusion. And so let's see how we make our text bold. It's pretty easy. We use font weight. Now we can be really precise with our font weight and use a particular number, or we can use one of the standard options, and I would normally for bold go for bold. So that will set our text to be bold. So what about italic text? Well, first off, let's just switch this to a class so that we can have a nice reference for you with lots of different types of text formatting. So we'll have italic there. So this is going to be some italic text. And then dot italic to select that class. And for italic, we use font style. And we've got normal there, which is the standard, oblique, and we're going to be doing italic. There you go. So bold and italic. Now I'm going to set you a quick challenge. I'm going to put an extra bit of text here saying this and this is bold and italic. And I'd like you to somehow, any way you like, make that sentence both bold and italic. Go for it. I hope you managed it. I hope you used some sort of a span around that sentence, and then I think the easiest way to do it is just to apply the bold class to that span, and then the span will be both bold and italic because it's part of the paragraph. Let's have a look. There we go. But if you had a separate class for that one which was bold and italic, that's fine, but you've kind of made it italic twice because it was already italic from the paragraph tag. Alright, the third new type I'm going to show you is underlining. So let's just copy that and we'll have a class of underline. And we'll have this text is underlined. And it's pretty easy to do once again, so underlined to select that, and then text decoration and underline. Let's have a look. There you go. So those are the three major types of text styling that you're likely to use. As it happens, I probably use text decoration none more often than I use underline, because quite often I want my links not to be underlined. And let's just have a quick look. We'll have an empty link there. This is a link. So by default, of course, links are underlined. If, as is the style in many websites these days, you don't want your links to be underlined, then you would just set an instruction in your CSS for all links, that is A, and set the text decoration to none. That's a really handy thing to do to stop your links being underlined. But just to confuse things, or to avoid confusion, we'll set that back to underlined. So this is a non-underlined link. There we go. One cheeky trick I'm going to show you is allowing a link to be underlined when the mouse hovers over it. which is quite a nice way of just confirming to the user that this is indeed a link. And you can do that using what's known as a pseudo selector, which is styling a link in a certain condition. So this will style the link when it's in its hover state, i.e. the user is hovering the mouse over it. So we can then bring in text decoration underline for that. Let's have a look. Now, when we bring the mouse over, it's underlined. And we could even change the color. If we wanted to, for some reason, we could make it underlined and green when the user hovers over it. Okay, the one last one I'm going to show you is one that we've definitely seen before, which is making text big. And we do that with the font size property. And we can make that whatever we like. Normally I'd go for something like 200% to make it twice as big as normal. There we go. So nice big text. And of course we've seen colouring as well. So those are the basics. Those are definitely the ones I would use on a day-to-day basis. But there are a lot more. To show you a few of them, I'd Google something like CSS styling text. And then again, W3 Schools comes up at the top. And they've got a few ones that we're used to. So text color, we know all about that. Text alignment, we're actually looking at in the next video. And then text decoration. So this is underlining or not underlining. And there's a few other options there as well. Overline with a line at the top and line through. You can transform your text into all uppercase or lowercase if you want to. Indent the first line. You can change the spacing between letters, change the line height, even change the text decoration if you really want to. And word spacing can be changed there as well. So you can really completely customize the way your text looks using some pretty basic CSS. Great. So that's how we customize the style of our text. In the next video, I mentioned we're going to see how we can align our text very easily to have it left aligned, right aligned, centered, or justified.